Hey y'all, it's Divya here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It has been a minute since I have been here creating yoga classes, and it's been a busy few months. It's been a busy few years, honestly, but I'm really excited to be back here doing this consistently and to have a growing community of you who are interested in learning with me. I'm launching my Patreon with the specific mindset of creating a more well-connected community, making it more equitable for everyone involved. I want to be able to teach classes that will help actual people in this community, and I want to make this a little bit more sustainable for myself. So giving everyone here the opportunity to support the work that I'm doing is part of that process. Today's class is going to be a very unscripted, very simple flow that just gives you an opportunity to hear my voice, to experience my teaching style, and I would love your feedback down below about what kind of classes you would like to take and what techniques and things you're trying to learn so we can do that together. Hopefully you find this class fun and you want to be a part of this community. To me, this goes a step beyond just putting classes on YouTube. It's my way of making it more normal to see brown people teaching yoga, to see people of color teaching yoga. And that would have made a huge difference to me when I was a kid coming up, learning this practice and figuring out my space in the industry. But through whatever journey it is, I'm here now, and I'm really excited to play my part in this representation. So let's do some yoga. Let's start seated on the mat, and we're going to move through a bit of breath work and some spinal movement as well. So go ahead and cross your ankles, let your knees fall out nice and wide, roll the shoulders down the back, lengthen the spine away from the floor, tuck the chin in towards the chest slightly to elongate the back of the neck. Release your palms down to the knees, close the eyes, seal the lips, and let's start breathing in and out through the nostrils. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. To start building some heat through the body, we're going to incorporate Ujjayi Pranayama, or victorious breath. To do this, keep the lips sealed, move your tongue to the roof of your mouth, and as you inhale through the nose, you'll feel a current of more forceful air going down the back of your throat. And it'll make a little bit of a deep oceanic sound like this. Keep the breath easeful and maintainable, but notice the heat that it builds in the body. Inhale. Exhale. One more round. Inhale. Exhale. On the inhale, now let's flip the palms to face up. Inhale, lift the palms all the way up to touch. Overhead. Exhale, flip the palms, press the hands back down to the knees. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, release. Maintain the Ujjayi breath. Inhale, rise. Exhale, release. Take a moment here. Let's ground ourselves. Allow the seat to get nice and heavy. And on your inhales, lengthen the spine up towards the ceiling here. Lift the crown of your head up, almost like you're being pulled up by a string. And as you exhale, maintain this length and this expansion in the body as you compress your lower half, really rooting you down into the earth. On the inhale, let's lift up, palms meet overhead. Exhale, right hand goes behind, left hand to the front as you twist over the right shoulder. Keep the length in the spine. Keep pulling both knees down to the earth. Gentle pressure in the fingertips here. Most of the work is coming from our core. Compress the navel in towards the spine. Inhale, back to center, palms touch overhead. Exhale, right hand to the front, left hand behind the body as you twist over the left shoulder. Same deal, light pressure in the fingertips, navel back towards the spine, gentle twist over the shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist left. Inhale, center. This time on the exhale, drop the right hand down to the mat. Left hand reaches up and overhead. Gently push the mat away with your right hand, elongating the right side body. Try not to let your ribs collapse down. Keep them active and elevated. Reach up through your left fingertips. You can lift your gaze if that's comfortable for the neck. Exhale, palms touch overhead. Sorry, that was inhale. Exhale, left hand down to the mat. Right hand reaches up overhead. Light pressure on the fingertips. Lift the left rib cage up and away from the hips. Stretch through the right hand. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend right. Inhale, center. Exhale, bend left. Inhale, center. And this time on the exhale, let's bring our hands down to the mat for tabletop position. Stack your hands under your shoulders, knees under the hips. Release down to the tops of your feet and push the mat away gently. So I want you to start feeling a bit of that engagement through the shoulders. So we're going to press your fingertips into the mat, push your shoulders apart, almost like you're rounding the top of your back and creating space so you could hold a plate between your shoulders. And then now go ahead and keep the rest of your body level, but just let your chest dip down through your shoulders. So now there is a little bit of a pinch between the shoulder blades, or if you had a cup or a spoon, it might topple over. Push the mat away around the back. Release the shoulders, tuck them in. Come back to a neutral spine now. Let's move into cat-cow. On the inhale, turn your tailbone up, drop the belly, lift the gaze, push the mat away for cow pose. On the exhale, start with the chin, tucking into the chest, push the mat away, rounding the shoulders, just like we practiced. Pull the navel to the spine, tuck the tailbone, really push the mat away here, hollow out the belly. Cat, inhale, release, open the front of the body for cow. Exhale, compress, push the mat away for cat. Now come back to your Ujjayi breath if it left you, and let the breath guide this movement, gently transitioning you from each change to the next, making it one continuous flow, one continuous cycle, and come to a neutral spine. We're going to move into Tiger Pose Vyagrasana. So let's go ahead on the inhale, lift your right hand out in front of you, bend the left leg, pushing the heel up to the ceiling. Really kick the foot up, almost like you're trying to connect your heel and your hand. On the exhale, compress the elbow into the knee, rounding your body into itself. When you pull your knee forward, try not to just shoot it forward. Pull it forward and up into the body. Inhale, round up. Exhale, compress. Inhale, open. Exhale, compress. Go ahead and release your hands down to the mat. Let's do this again on the left. Inhale, left hand reaches up, right foot goes up behind you. Exhale, compress. Inhale, open. Exhale, compress. Inhale, open. Exhale, compress. Drop your palms down to the mat. Shift the hips back, coming to child's pose for a brief rest. Complete your exhale here. On the inhale, we're going to move up into Cobra. So press your fingertips into the mat. Gently start to draw your chest forward, keeping your forearms pressed in here, pulling the elbows into each other. Chest is barely grazing the mat. When your chest comes to about where your palms are, the forearms will lift up. Dive all the way through, coming to Cobra. Gently open up through the front of the chest. Push into the tops of your feet. Gaze forward. On the exhale, push yourself all the way back to child's pose. Let's do that again. Inhale, draw the chest forward. Cobra. Exhale, push back, child's pose. Inhale, come forward. Exhale, pull back. Cycle it up. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale, pull forward. Exhale, this time push the hips up into the air, coming to downward facing dog. Feel free to pedal out the knees. Take a moment and get yourself grounded. Push the palms into the mat. Draw the wrists up into the shoulder blades, so really elongating your forearms here, taking some of the pressure off of your wrist. Walk the feet in a bit closer if you want a little bit more of a closed triangle. Gaze towards your knees or even your belly button. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step the feet up for forward fold. Release the crown of the head here down towards the mat. You can bend the knees a little bit and allow the belly to drape over the thighs. Grab opposite elbows, drop the crown of the head, and swing very gently, just letting the weight of the body traction the spine down to the mat. Release your hands down. Inhale, halfway lift. Lift the crown of your head towards the wall in front of you, elongating the spine. Pull the shoulder blades in towards each other. Open the chest, navel into the back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, gently roll up, keeping your rib cage pulled in all the way up here. When you're coming to mountain pose standing here, bring your feet hip width apart. Slightly tuck the tailbone in, opening up through the front of the hips. Pull the rib cage back. Roll the shoulders down, release the hands. Take a moment, find your grounding, find your balance. Push into the sole of your foot. Almost like you're fighting back against the earth here rather than just sort of passively standing there. Push against the earth. Feel your kneecaps lift up and engage, locking in the thighs. Inhale, lift the arms up, overhead, slight bend in the upper back. Exhale, bow forward, release. Inhale, halfway lift, raise the crown of your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, rise. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise up. Exhale. Inhale, rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Listen carefully this time. On the exhale, step the right foot back for low lunge. On the inhale, spin the right heel down to the mat. Lift your torso up for warrior one. Press into the outer edge of the right foot, solidifying your right leg. Kneel into your left leg here. Gaze forward. Exhale, drop the hands down to the feet. Pick up the back heel, low lunge. Inhale, step the right foot forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step the left foot back for low lunge. Inhale, spin the left heel down, lift the torso up for warrior one. Press down to the outer edge of your left foot, sink into your right knee. Breathe here. Inhale. Exhale, come down for low lunge, pick up the back heel. Inhale, halfway lift, left foot comes forward. Reach the crown of the head to the wall in front of you. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, let's go ahead and come down into a squat. Holding here for just a moment. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, squat down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, squat down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, Step back to downward facing dog for just a moment. Pedal out the hips. Notice any differences. Maybe your back feels a little bit more open. Maybe your palms feel more ready to bear some weight. Go ahead and drop the knees down to the mat. Shift the hips back for wide-legged child's pose. Open your knees as wide as your mat. Let your hips sink down. Drop the forehead. Take a moment here. Come up onto the knees. Press into the tops of your feet as you straighten out. You can tuck your toes here if you like. We're going to come into Camel Pose. Roll the shoulders down. Feel free to take this first option here. You can bring your hands to the back of the hips. Push the hips forward slightly as you lift the gaze up. Slight bend here. Engage through the front of your core. Find steadiness in your breath. If you'd like to go a little bit further, you can reach back, grab your ankles. Keep your core engaged. Try not to puff out through the belly. One more breath. Inhale, gently come back up, supporting your lower back. And exhale, cross your ankles, sit the hips back, release your legs out long in front of you, flex your feet back towards the face, sit up nice and tall, get heavy through your seat, press your hands into the mat and lift the crown of your head away from the floor. Inhale, lift the palms up. Exhale, start to reach the fingertips forward. You can bend your knees here if you like. Keep the spine elongated. Exhale, round forward, dropping the hands down to the mat or on the legs. And release. One more breath. Go ahead and rise up. Bring the soles of your feet to touch. Scoot your hips forward so that your knees fall out wide. You can take a moment here to grab the outsides of your feet for Cobbler's pose. Sit the spine up nice and tall. Draw the belly into the back. Keep breathing. From here, release the feet, but keep the soles in towards each other. And slowly release your back down to the mat for Reclined Butterfly. You can ball your hands up into fists and support underneath your hips just so that your joints don't take all the pressure and the weight of the knees. Or you can bring your hands to the belly, following the rise and fall of your breath. Or simply release your hands down to the sides. When you're ready, go ahead and roll over onto your side, bringing the knees into each other. Gently push yourself up to a seat, cross your legs. Feel free to close your eyes for a final moment of reflection. Notice any change in the body, if your breath feels a little bit more fluid, if your muscles feel more ready to relax, if you feel more aligned or differently aligned since the beginning of your practice. Go ahead and open your eyes. And that concludes our practice for today. I hope that you enjoyed this. You got something out of it. Let me know down in the comments if you want more classes like this, what kind of styles you're into, what length of class you would like, the intensity of the flow. I would really love to curate more of these classes for what all of you are looking for. So let me know. Thanks for joining, and I'll see you next time.